Welcome to the Forward Focus FlashCast, bite-sized episodes designed to help you become a more effective and well-rounded leader, with quick tips that you can implement right away. I'm your host, John Reich, and in today's episode, we're actually talking about attitude, why it matters, and how it can make all the difference. So it's no secret the last year and a half, 2 years with COVID, political, and social unrest, parts of our country, parts of our world are more divided and divisive than ever before. And one of the things that I've noticed, whether it's on postings at restaurants or your local coffee shop with new restrictions and new mandates that seem to change every time we turn around, or if it's news stories about maybe school shootings or people driving through Christmas parades. With all of these things that are happening in our world, there's a clear difference in how certain people are responding, acting, and either thriving or maybe just surviving in this world that we're in. And so as I've been thinking about how everyone has a different opinion and everyone has a different stance on these different and very important topics, I started to notice something. I noticed that the individuals who seem to be succeeding and thriving and more fulfilled and more positive, it came down to their attitude. And I started thinking about, how does attitude play a role in leadership? How does it play a role in our business and our day-to-day lives? And I came up with 6 kind of areas that I believe as leaders, we have a responsibility, we have a duty to be able to focus on, not only for ourselves, but for our people and the industries in which we lead. So 6 things around attitude that I believe really matter. Number 1, our attitude determines our approach to life. Think about this. If you get up every morning and you say to yourself, today's going to be a fantastic day, I'm going to make the most out of today, right? I'm going to crush today. Whether you're at the gym, whether you're going grocery shopping, whether you're in a business planning clinic with your team for a half-day workshop, whether you're going to a seminar or a conference, or maybe it's just a normal, typical day. Your attitude is everything in how you approach life. And I see this most often when I watch people commute into their work. See, the person that has a positive attitude, one of gratefulness and one of like an outlook of I can do anything, is probably not going to be as emotionally charged or reactive when they get cut off on the road by that person that doesn't use the blinker. Think about your attitude and how in every situation, if we just have one of positivity, it can absolutely change the way in which we view everything. So number 1, it's your approach to life. Number 2, I have found that more so than talent, more so than like planning ahead, more so than working on your skills or crafts, that attitude oftentimes can be the difference between success and failure. You know, that it reminds me of that saying, where there's a will, there's a way, right? And so there may be a million ways that you're not able to accomplish something. Think about Thomas Edison and the light bulb. I think I read somewhere he had over 1,000 failures with the light bulb before it actually succeeded. Do you think at times his attitude is what kept him going? That he knew he could transform the world in which we lived and that he wanted to be the one to make that happen? Attitude can be everything in the difference between success and in failure. So if you think about your attitude, ask yourself, if you leave a stressful situation or you're in a conflict with somebody at work, or maybe a client is being really, really needy with the service or product that you're in, ask yourself, am I showing up with the best possible attitude that I can to help make this smoother, easier, or have the best outcome? Attitude can be the difference. Number 3, our attitude can turn problems into blessings. This is a big one, right? You think about somebody that, I read an article of an athlete who he tore his MCL on a play in football. And so when he tore his MCL, he was really upset because he was obviously out for the rest of the season. Well, when they did a scan of his leg, they actually found a tumor. They found a tumor in that leg and they were able to remove it, and he made a full recovery. So he had to miss 1 season, but this tumor, as it was growing, it potentially could have been career ending because it was impacting the way his blood was flowing in his legs and the mobility and flexibility of that leg. So the problem of of tearing the MCL actually turned into a blessing. He had a positive attitude about what that torn MCL did for his longevity in his life. Our attitude can oftentimes turn things into a blessing if we just look at the silver lining in every situation. Number 4, our attitude determines our relationship with people. This is my favorite. Think about it. If we all know somebody that if they walk into a room and they light it up, you're attracted to that person. You're excited. You're like, I want to be around this person. They're infectious. Maybe it's their laughter, it's their smile. Maybe it's just their positive approach to every situation. We also know people, and if you don't know people, maybe you're this person. I hate to be the one to say that, but think about it. We also know people that when you walk into the room, the energy sucked out of the room, right? Oh, here we go. I have to listen to this for the next 20 minutes. And oh my gosh, there's always going to be a negative reason that this isn't going to work. And does this person ever have a positive thought, right? We all know people where we've thought about that. Our attitude dictates our relationships with others, with people, with how we're viewed. So if you really want to improve the relationships around you, whether it's at work or with your clients or just with yourself, think about your attitude and how by focusing on a more positive attitude, your relationships with others will be even stronger, will be better, will be more powerful, they'll be deeper and richer. And that's what I desire for you to have. Your attitude can lead to more rich relationships with the folks in your world. Number 5, our attitude when we start a task will have so much to do with the outcome of that actual task, right? So if you think about a project at work, let's say, and you get assigned to finish this by a certain deadline, and you're working with somebody on the team that maybe you don't necessarily get along with, right? Or maybe you don't naturally have the personality style to work great together. If your attitude going into this is, hey, when we ultimately finish this project, this could lead to a promotion. This could lead to more responsibility or maybe solo projects for me to be able to prove to my team that I can deliver. So if I'm just positive about working with this person on this project, think about all the positives that could come from that. I want to deliver. I want to show up. So I'm going to be positive in working with this person to complete this. When you think about a task, running a marathon, we've talked about that before here on Forward Focus. If you go into every day saying, when I finish running this marathon, I'm going to raise X number of dollars for this cause that means a lot to me. It could be cancer research or Alzheimer's, right? That could be your focus, not the pain and the diet and all the time that you need to put in to run, but the ultimate outcome of raising X number of dollars to end childhood cancer, right? It's all about our attitude of why we're doing what we're doing, of what we're focusing on. And if we can come to different tasks with a more positive approach, you'll actually find more joy in accomplishing that task, even if it's not something that you naturally like or naturally feel is in your wheelhouse. And then number 6, our attitude is not automatically good just because we say it is. This is something we must work on. I love that. I love that, right? We're human beings. We're not perfect. We make mistakes every single day. If you have a given week and every day you're saying, I'm coming into this week, I'm coming into each day this week with positive and good attitude. And one of those 5 days, you go sideways, right? You go rogue. You just have an off day. Maybe you spilled coffee on your lap getting out of your car. Maybe you ran out of gas or got a flat tire. Maybe it's just really rainy and gloomy out that day and it's impacted your emotional state and your attitude. Are you going to throw away the rest of the week because you had one day that maybe wasn't up to par? Of course not, right? You would never want to throw everything away that week because you had one bad day. You acknowledge it. You admit it. It's funny, when I'm working with coaching clients at Forward Focus, there's a time or two per year where I can just tell I'm not going to be the coach that that client deserves. And I'll actually reach out to that client that morning or maybe even the night before if I can sense it. And I'll say, listen, I can tell my attitude, my emotional state isn't where it needs to be. And you deserve the best. May we reschedule. When I do that, it's a deeper appreciation as a relationship. That client expects the very best version of John Reich, right? At the same time, I would never want to show up knowingly not at my best. I admit it, I own it, and I do better next time. When it comes to that final thought around your attitude, you can either choose fear or you can choose the faith around that. Fear or faith? Faith in the fact that if I give it my all and I focus on my attitude and look for silver linings within the day and day struggle of life that we sometimes are in, it's okay. It's okay to not be perfect. Just have faith that tomorrow you'll be even better. So as a recap, our attitude affects our approach to life. It's oftentimes the difference between success and failure for ourselves and for others. Our attitude can turn problems into blessings. Our attitude absolutely determines our relationships with other people. Our attitude often impacts a task and the outcome of the success of that task or not. And then lastly, just because we say we want to have a good attitude or that our attitude is good doesn't mean it automatically happens. It's something that we have to name and we have to work on day in and day out. I promise if you look at your attitude and how you're showing up in your business, in your job, with your colleagues, in your family, in your relationships, with your money, in your spirituality, and other areas of your life and world, your attitude, just a slight adjustment can make a tremendous impact and it can ripple into all those areas of your life. And that's what I truly desire for each and every one of you. If you found value in today's content, please be sure to subscribe so you never miss a lesson to be the leader you deserve to be. And until next time, lead on.